All right, here we go. Chapter 10, 2 for 1. Diana and Eric arrived at Charlie's house in Eric's mobile dog grooming van. Painted on the side of the van was a sign that said, "Woof Woof Groomer." There was also a giant picture of the head of a happy barking dog with the words, "Woof Woof," coming out of its mouth. Underneath the picture was Eric's business logo, the groomer dogs asked for by name. Diana introduced Eric to Amelia Bedelia and Charlie. Then they led Pierre, who was wrapped up in towels, through the back door of the van and hoisted him into the grooming table. "Okie dokie," said Eric. "Let's see what we're up against." Charlie slowly peeled the towels off Pierre. Eric let out a low whistle. He walked around Pierre 4 times. Then Eric shook his head, looked at Charlie and asked, "You did this?" Charlie nodded. "Man," said Eric, "what did you use for clippers? A weed whacker?" "Eric, these kids feel bad enough," said Diana. "Can you help them out?" Eric shrugged. "I don't know, guys. Only time can repair this. In a couple of months when his hair grows back, I'll come over and clip him right." But, said Amelia Bedelia, "the dog show is tonight." Here's a picture. Poor Pierre. "I really wish I could help," said Eric, "but see for yourself. One side is perfect and the other side is a train wreck. I'm just a groomer, not a magician." "There's nothing you can do?" asked Diana. "Well," said Eric, "you'd have to rethink this dog completely." "Pierre is a poodle," said Charlie. "My dad always says that there are 2 sides to everything," said Amelia Bedelia. "Pierre definitely has 2 sides. Can you make the best of each side?" Said Eric. "You might be onto something, Amelia Bedelia." He walked around Pierre again and said, "If we keep this one side like a perfect show poodle, but make the other something really fun, well, that could look cool," said Diana. "What do you think, Charlie?" asked Amelia Bedelia. "After all, Pierre is your dog." Charlie shrugged. "Well, Pierre doesn't stand a chance of winning anything now," he said, "so I guess it's worth a shot." Eric smiled. "After I finish," he said, "you'll have the most amazing dog in town." There he is working on Pierre. He's going to try and fix that big mess he made. Eric went right to work. He carefully groomed the poodle's side until it was absolutely perfect and fluffy and poofy. Then he began to trim the other side. He clipped and hummed and fluffed and puffed and tweaked and twirled. Amelia Bedelia thought Eric looked like a famous artist creating a masterpiece. She thought Pierre was smiling, too. "Well," said Eric finally, "what do you think?" Amelia Bedelia, Diana, and Charlie studied Pierre. They all agreed that he looked interesting, but something was missing. "It needs to be more dramatic," said Eric. "Dramatically different." "You know," said Diana, "I once saw a dancer who had a fabulous costume. One side was fancy white dress and he looked like a woman, but when he turned, the other side was a fancy black tuxedo, and he looked like a man. When he danced, he played both parts. I'll never forget it." Eric was nodding again. "Yes, fancy black, fancy white." Then he turned and asked, "How do you guys feel about dying?" "I really don't want to," said Amelia Bedelia. "I'm way too young." "I might as well," said Charlie. "My mom is going to kill me anyway when she sees Pierre." Diana smiled. "Eric means dyeing something another color," she said. "Charlie," said Eric, "would you mind if I dyed Pierre's wild side black?" "Go for it," said Charlie. Uh-oh. I've got nothing to lose. Amelia Bedelia nodded. She liked the way Charlie thought about things and how flexible he was. Diana and Eric whipped up some black dye in the sink in the van. "Don't worry, this is a vegetable dye. It will wash out in a few days." Amelia Bedelia, Charlie, and Diana watched as Eric brushed on the dye. Pierre stamped his feet once or twice, but otherwise he seemed to like the feel of the dye brush. When Eric stepped back from the table, they were all quiet. "Wow," said Charlie finally. "Pierre looks amazing." "Bravo, Eric," said Diana, as she gave him a hug. "Pierre looks fantastic." "He sure does," said Amelia Bedelia. "He's 2 dogs in 1. Chapter 11, Bust or Show. There was a dog show every year in Amelia Bedelia's town, and at first it seemed as though this one was going to be like all the rest. Dog owners were whirling around backstage, combing and brushing and fussing and primping and printing until their dogs were ready for their moment in the spotlight. Spectators, friends, and family took to their seats in the arena, filling it with delicious anticipation. Something, however, was wrong. It was Pierre. Amelia Bedelia and Charlie had snuck Pierre into his dog carrier and into the car. Luckily, Charlie's mom hadn't noticed his new look. Unluckily, they had dropped the crate on Charlie's foot, and now they had to sneak Pierre into the show. They didn't want him to be disqualified before it even started. "I picked up tickets for Amelia Bedelia's parents," said Charlie's mom, "so I'll go join them. We will see you both after the show. This is your day, Charlie. I'm sure you'll knock everybody's socks off." Amelia Bedelia imagined the arena filled with flying socks raining down on Pierre and Charlie as the crowd cheered. "Okay, bye, Mom," said Charlie. He opened his eyes wide and gave Amelia Bedelia a panicked look. Normally, you don't have to sneak a prize-winning poodle into a dog show. How were they ever going to get Pierre out of this crate, past all the other dogs, and owners, and handlers, and judges, without anyone noticing that half of him was a fluffy white purebred champion poodle, and the other half was a mascot for a motorcycle gang? Charlie kneeled down to open the door of the crate and winced as he leaned on his foot. "I'm just going to walk Pierre to his spot and hope no one is looking," he said to Amelia Bedelia. "Is the coast clear?" A puzzled look came over Amelia Bedelia's face. "Is the coast clear?" she repeated. "How would I know what the weather is at the beach? All I know is that everyone seems to be watching us." "This will never work," said Charlie. "Plus my foot's killing me." "Hey, you two," a voice boomed. Charlie and Amelia Bedelia froze. Then they slowly turned around. "How are you guys?" asked Diana. "Whew," said Amelia Bedelia. "You gave us twin freakouts. I thought you were coming to arrest us." "We came to wish you good luck," said Diana. "Do you need any help?" asked Eric. "We sure do," said Charlie. He pointed at a spot across the room. "We need to get Pierre way over there without anyone seeing him." "Gotcha," said Eric. "You want to get the dog out of the box without letting the cat out of the bag." That utterly confused Amelia Bedelia, but Charlie said exactly, so she figured it must be all right. "Okay," said Eric, "one step at a time. Here we go." "Come, Pierre," said Charlie, limping as he led Pierre out of the crate. Diana and Eric walked next to Pierre on one side. Amelia Bedelia and Charlie walked next to Pierre on the other side. So this is Amelia Bedelia trying to figure out the cat out of the bag joke. "Fun! It's a Pierre sandwich," said Amelia Bedelia. Once they had finally crossed the crowded room, Charlie pointed to the spot reserved for them, and Pierre lay down with his perfect poodle side up. "Amazing," said Eric with a laugh. "If I didn't know any better, I'd guess that Pierre had a wild side." "Pierre is the best," said Amelia Bedelia. "Charlie," asked Diana, "are you going to be the handler for Pierre?" "I usually am," said Charlie, "but my foot still really hurts. I'm sure it will be okay in a minute, but would you be his handler?" "Well," said Diana, "how about Amelia Bedelia? Pierre knows and trusts her." "Great," said Charlie. "That sounds good to me." "That sounds crazy to me," said Amelia Bedelia. "I've never shown a dog in my life." "You'll be terrific," said Diana. "It's simple. Just do whatever the judges tell you and Pierre to do." Just then the announcer called for Pierre's group. Charlie touched up Pierre's perfect poodle side with a brush. He touched up Pierre's wonderful wild side with a comb and some spit. Amelia Bedelia looked more nervous than Pierre. "Would you like me to comb your hair too?" asked Charlie. Amelia Bedelia looked at the spitty comb. "No, thank you," she said, giggling. "We'll be cheering in the stands," said Eric. "Good luck," Diana said. "Have fun." Before she knew what had happened, Amelia Bedelia was in line with the other dogs and handlers. She realized that she knew most of them. Sherlock was there, so were Jogger and her Jack Russell Terrier, the Maltese and her owner. Even Gladys was there, cradling baby in her arms. "Congratulations," Gladys said. "You finally got your dog." "Not yet," said Amelia Bedelia. I'm here helping a friend." "Good luck," said Gladys as she put baby down. "May the best dog win." "Ladies and gentlemen," said the announcer, "we proudly present our final group of the evening." There they are, all in line. This should be interesting. Pierre looked up at Amelia Bedelia. She looked down at him. He wagged his tail twice. Then the lights dimmed in the arena. The spotlight came on, the curtain parted, and Amelia Bedelia and Pierre bounded out to face the judges. Tomorrow we will cover 12, 13, and 14, and it starts with 2 sides, too many. So, you guys know what to do. Draw me a picture, and don't forget, wash your hands. I'll see you tomorrow.